Hi and welcome to another video. In this video I wanted to go through the ASUS AiCloud 2.0 feature that we can find in the ASUS app and then also in the router under advanced settings, and then you go to the AiCloud 2.0 option. So we've gone through these menus before in other videos, but I wanted to go on to actually try out the AiCloud 2.0 and to see if it is actually any good and it's a feasible alternative to the paid cloud services from the likes of Google and Microsoft with their OneDrive and Dropbox and things like that. So this is where your cloud storage is where you get a free amount of gigabytes, normally it's between 5 and 15 gigabytes of storage, and then afterwards you have to pay a monthly fee. And then also if you are privacy conscious, then all your files are being stored on Google's or Microsoft or whoever the third-party company is, and you're trusting that they will look after your data on their computers and everything else. So as this is built in and is a free option within the router, I wanted to give it a go and see if it's a feasible to actually use. So if you can actually stream on it, and what's it like to upload and download. So as you can see here, there are three options. The two main options are at the top. So we've got there the USB cloud disk. So the cloud disk is for using when you're outside your home network. So this uses a USB enabled storage device, so it can be an external hard drive as long as it's got a USB port and USB cable type A. As we know on our particular router that the GTAX 11000 actually has two 3.0 USB ports, so we can plug in devices there. So what you do is you plug in your USB drive into the back of the router, and then you enable. As you can see, I've got them both switched on, and what it does for cloud disk is that it makes it so anything on that hard drive or the storage device that's plugged into the USB port can be accessed via their ASUS apps that you can get for Google and iOS, and then on your phone you can upload and download film files, and you can stream movies if you've got, or any devices like that, and access documents or spreadsheets. So it's quite good for when you're outside your home network, you'll be able to securely and easily access what's on that storage drive. And again, you know it's secure because you've got all your data on there as well. The next one down is Smart Access. So what Smart Access is for enabling your devices within your home network. So this is predominantly for inside your home network. So this is for your network PCs, Macs, and devices that connect by the SMB format. So this kind of way of connecting enables is a network place. So like when you've got network places on Windows, and then your network drives you can access on your computers and tablets and things like that. You can turn that USB drive into an upload and download storage like drive, so you'll be able to access your files as well from there. Thirdly is the ASUS own ASUS web storage. So this is their own cloud service, and it is quite a good idea. Of course this is not free, and this option is paid either on a monthly plan or a yearly plan, and it is quite reasonably priced when you looked at the storage amounts that you can get. So there is a link there that you can take you to, but I would advise that if you do want to be interested in it, it's probably best to do some Google searching, because I think when I last used it I managed to find a 40% off the price for a year, so that saved quite a bit. And what that does is the AiCloud synchronization is it will basically synchronize and back up your whatever's on your USB attached storage with their ASUS web storage. So in the sakes of if your house or burns down, get flooded, or the USB drive goes corrupt or anything like that, then your files within that USB storage are backed up again. And of course it's off-site outside your house onto their cloud servers. So if you do have anything valuable, then you've always got that secondary backup if you if you wanted. And again, that's a paid for service, but you can click the go button and that will take you to there. So as we said, the main two functions we want to go through today is a cloud disk that will enable you to access your USB storage outside your home network, and then smart access where you can enable and access within your home network using your PCs and desktop computers and Macs and things like that. So going along the tabs on the top here, you'll be able to see as well, so it does have a dedicated tab for the ASUS web storage function. So this is where you can switch it on, enter your account details for your ASUS web storage cloud account, and then you can see the status of it backing up your USB storage drive. Thirdly, we have the settings tab. So again, there's not many options here, but I would advise that if you are going to be using this, that you do turn on this feature so it's password protected, so at least then not everyone can go into it. But if you do feel secure enough, you can leave it off, but I would advise that you do switch it on. I know it's an inconvenience sometimes typing in passwords all the time, but I think for extra security and everything, and if you are storing any data on there, then it's always advisable to do that. Down here you'll see there you've got your port, so this is where it connects to the port on your router. So again, you've got the web access. You can leave these as your default, or for extra security you can change these and then hit the apply button. Just remember that you'll need to note these down, these port numbers, because you'll need them when you're accessing and setting up the app. You'll need these port numbers because you've changed them. And then lastly, we have on the last tab is the log. So basically this is just shows the AiCloud's activities and displays all the information like uploads and downloads and things like that, and creation of new folders and directories. So it's currently empty, as you can see here, because I haven't got anything going right now. You can also tell if you've got your USB drive correctly connected to the router is if you go up here, you can see that you've got your storage, and you can see the USB icon is green. If you see there it's not, it says unmounted, then normally that's to do with your hard storage. USB storage is not recognized. Again, we'll come on to some troubleshooting later on and some things that I found with this AiCloud 2.0 and what things are negatives on it as well. One other thing to note is to make sure that you're using the full speed of the USB port. So you can do this by going to Administration under Advanced Settings and then go to System. Under there you'll see where you've got USB settings, and you'll be able to see here USB mode. Just make sure that's on USB 3.0. If it is on USB 2, select USB 3.0 and hit apply, and then just wait for the router to restart. So as we go back to AiCloud 2.0, again, as we said before, they've got apps for Google Play and the App Store where you can download, and these links here take you directly to the App Store, or you can search. So as you can see here, if we go to the iOS or the App Store first, you can see here this is what it's called. It's a ASUS AiCloud. The thing is that I've noted that on both the Google Store, Play Store, and on the Apple App Store, is both their apps for ASUS AiCloud haven't got very good ratings. So as you can see here, there's some 1 and it's averaging 2.6 out of 5 stars, and also here it's only averaging 3 out of 5 stars as well. So there is quite a lot of problems with them and negative reviews that we'll probably come on to later as well. But as you can see also, especially with the iOS app as well, on the updates that here, as you can see that probably the last time on the version history that was uploaded and updated was back in 2019. So it hasn't been for several years, it hasn't actually had an update on this app from ASUS. So it's quite disappointing to see. So they haven't added any new features. But noting that on the Google, on Android, if you go to the Google Play Store, you can actually see that ASUS is updating this one, and the last time they updated was the 10th of May 2021. So they are fixing bug fixes and stability on this. So they are actively updating the, looks like the Google Android version, but the Apple version, it looks like they haven't updated for several years, and let it go basically. So if we go back to our router, so now we have this switched on, these tabs here. As you can see here, you can access the AI Cloud here, and this will take you straight to your setup. But you can also double check to make sure when you come here is to go to your USB application, and then you'll be able to set up here. So you'll see the server center. So when you first install the USB, it might not have any folders or anything like that on there. Also to note as well, that I did find is that the USB format, that the different formats you have to format the USB drive or storage to, is quite old formats that some are not really supported much anymore, except for the Windows, the NTFS format. But some of the others, like bigger drives and things like that, might be exFAT, and then you might be using some of the new Apple formats and things like that. And so I'll list in the description the actual format you need to make sure your USB storage is actually formatted to, so the router then recognizes it. And as I said, if it doesn't, not the correct format, you'll notice up here when you hover your mouse, it will say unmounted on there instead of saying just storage. So as you can see here, we've gone to the network place and the cloud disk. So here you can see my USB stick, the drive, and on the left you can see the accounts. So you can have different users accessing different folders. So some might have read access and some might have read write. And you can add new users here by just clicking on the plus, and then it'll bring a new box up to add a new account. Then you add the username and then the password. As I said, you can then set different default workshop. You can see here the device name is defaulted, and then the work group you can change for Windows as well. And also you can allow guest login, but that's not normally recommended, to be honest. So if we go here, we can actually click on the drive, and then you see here it's got there on the drive here. I click actually again, and now you see this has come up as a plus icon, so let's add a new folder. So I can then just name this and then what it'll do is it'll create a new folder for you. So when you go back into your, click again onto your drive, and again now you'll see this test stuff. So now if I select on this test user, and I can see that he's got no access, so I can then choose if he just wants to read access, so just read the files from there, or he wants to read and write. So I can say read and write and then save, and that will update apply settings. So that means that this test user that I've set up will then be able to read and write. And you can go back into it again just to double check what settings is on there, and you can see that the test user, and if you had more users you'll be able to click on each user and then it would show you the reference. Again, up here you can see where you can actually delete the folder, or you can also rename the folder if you want to as well. So it gives you those basic options here. So now we've got that test folder there, so we should be able to now access that using the apps. So now we'll move on to downloading the app and accessing our drive. So I've now downloaded the AI Cloud app to my device, and as you can see here I actually have two ASUS routers within my home network. So it's asking me which one I want to set up. So you can see there I want to set up the GT-AX 11000, so that's the one. I'll just click there and now it will connect. So as you can see here it says a nickname you can set up for the router, you'll need your username, login details, and you can go and log into there. So we'll just quickly do that now. So now I've entered my details and logging in. Now you can see that the AiCloud app is now connecting to the router, and now it says congratulations, you can already use your AiCloud to remotely access, stream and share media files. So that's quite straightforward. You just entered your details for your router and then gave it a nickname, and then you just clicked login. So now if we click get started, now you can see that I've got 2 devices here. So it's just scanning the network, so I've got another share on there. But you can see my 256 gigabyte USB drive. So if I click the I button, you can then see the login details for that account. And if I just click on there, you can now see the folder that we've created called test stuff. And you can add that to favorites if you want to, and you can go into there. So now you've got options to on the 3 dots where you can have a look here. You can upload, download, add a new folder, and then you can basically look at all the different kinds of formats. So if we just quickly go to add new folder and call this photos, and see it's straightforward. It created it straight away, and then we can just go back, and as you can see there, we can just go straight into it again, and within there we've got our photos app. So at the bottom here you can see that you've got some other icons as well. So you're the last one here, so you can see all the setup details for your router, and then you've got here is for file transfer, and then also setting up any other devices and the apps and everything else if you've got, and then of course your settings. As we said, this one for iOS that I've downloaded hasn't been updated for quite some time, so this one seems to work okay and connected, so I haven't had any issues. So if we go back here, now we'll see if we can upload anything. So if we just go here and into photos and the 3 dots and upload, and here we can just select a photo, and now you can see that the photo was on the file transfer and it's been uploaded as well. So you can see there it did have a number 1. So if we go back into now our photos, you should load up, and now you've got the photo there we've uploaded into that directory there. And you can also, once you've got that file, or it could be a document, you can rename it, delete it, you can download it to your device, and also get a share link as well for it. So if we just go to delete, it seems to work very quick through here and on devices, and as you can see here you do have notifications as well when setting it up. So it has worked so far on creating and uploading, and now we'll see if we can how we can stream and open any video files and things like that. So now we're going to try and access a video file and see if we can actually stream that as well. So as we go back to the main app and we go to the USB drive that's connected, and then the folder that I've created, and then the videos folder within there. As you can see, I've got a 8.79 megabyte, and this was a 1080p just clip quickly. So as you can see here, if you click the I, you can rename it, delete, download it to your phone, and again you can get a shareable link as well if you want to send within like a different file sharing, or you want to send someone a link to it. So as you can see here, if I just click on it, it actually automatically loads up. As you can see, it starts streaming straight away. So there's no issues at all with it actually loading up and everything else. So that's what's really good. I'm quite impressed so far, because I wasn't expecting looking at the updates and the very bad reviews and everything, and the speeds and everything else. Of course, on your home network you'll get faster speeds, but again, when depending on your 4 or 5G or even 3G connection, you'll be able to still access all your files from your phone, and you'll be able to access your USB storage, and obviously from your video files as well. It depends on your network connection, but of course if you have a fast 4G or 5G, you'll have no problems accessing the video as well by the look of it, and uploading any of your documents or accessing them on your private cloud storage that's actually connected to your router. So yeah, so this has just been a quick review on the setup, and as you can see here, and within the app as well. And as I said, it's impressed me much better than I thought with from all the reviews that we saw there. People having problems. So as usual, if you have any questions or anything else, then just leave them in the comments and I'll try and answer them as best I can. Okay, thanks for watching and have a great day.